Well, you know what
leave
else
it
you
in
could
there.
use that for is a mouth guard, which is the next thing I wanted to talk to you about because you made an adjustment to mine. I've had a mouth guard the same mouth guard for quite some time.
Yeah.
And I was wondering if maybe it was causing my recession because I have had it for a long time. You explained that is not the reason for my recession. I was hoping for a quick fix, you know, like get rid of the mouth guard and you'll be fine, or you just need a new mouth guard.
Yeah.
But you did make an adjustment to it. How do you know when you're a person who needs a mouth guard? What does that having a mouth guard do for you? And why should you consider one?
Okay, yeah, that's a great question. So a night guard for night wear, there's also a day guard, mouth guard.
Oh, there is.
Yeah, I mean,
day
some
guard.
people want to turn off the clenching or the grinding while they're, at work or something like that. And for those, we usually go with a lower one. For a night guard, we usually it's going to be an upper, although it depends. Some people have preferences. But
does it look the same, the lower and the upper, like it covers your teeth? So you wear it during the day and you have this plastic thing over your
usually
teeth?
the lower is a little smaller. Doesn't need to be very big.
Okay.
The upper, and my favorite night guard for the upper, I remove the second molar, so it only goes to the first molar, and then I remove all the front teeth, the front four.
Yeah, that's the front teeth of the night guard, not your front teeth.
Yeah, I don't remove the. Yeah,
take your molars and your front teeth out, and you're going to be good to go.
No, we keep your front teeth. Sorry.
So how do you take How do you? That's interesting.
So in the night guard, basically, it's really important when a person sleeps that they can close their lips.
Okay.
They can achieve lip closure because we want nasal breathing. We want to encourage nasal breathing.
And why is that?
Nitric oxide, very healthy for you while you're breathing, for one. Also, you're going to sleep better. So getting patency or like air to pass through your nose with your mouth closed is like really important for people. Yeah. So, and that's a whole nother topic, right? Like how are we doing? Like what are we doing to encourage nasal breathing? This is kind of like a sleep apnea conversation. But as far as like a night guard goes, when we take out the four front teeth in the night guard, so that what I like is you don't really need to have it come out over in front of the front teeth. That makes it excessively big.
Yes.
In the front, it's kind of unnecessary. You can trim that part of the night guard, and so its retention is on the sides.
I see.
On the middle side.
That would probably be a lot more comfortable for people too.
Yep, absolutely. So that's my favorite design. That's my preferred design. And what you really need to do is keep your teeth from locking in or getting locked together. So when you bite, your teeth nest with each other, kind of like gears engage and disengage. When you engage those gears, upper and lower teeth, the body usually has like a adaptive response of clenching, maybe grinding, and that's to maybe figure out what is the most comfortable because of maybe an imperfect bite. Maybe there's an interference that can cause clenching. Your brain's basically just trying to figure that out in an adaptive response. So a night guard is going to keep that response turned off. So it'll separate the teeth. Not only will it brace your teeth together to protect them, but it usually turns off that adaptive response.
It does? Really? Okay. Because I notice I still clench against my mouth guard.
Yep. So some people will still clench, and that's a kind of like level 2. So those grinders or clenchers that are doing it with their night guard, are difficult.
I'm difficult. I know.
It's difficult to stop. Yeah, you're one of those people.
It's like a pacifier, where you're like, so I shouldn't do that.
Right.
I should train my brain to stop doing that.
Yeah, I mean, I think I heard from John Coyce, the legendary dentist, say that it's a American Express night guard because you don't leave home without it.
Right. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I never leave home without mine. Are there night guards made of different materials that can help somebody like me who clenches even though I have a night guard. That's probably why I have so much recession.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think that
maybe I need a new mouth guard then. I need one of
we want to
Perry
try
designed.
Right.
Yeah.
We want to turn off that. Maybe what we need to do is make a night guard that's a little thicker.
Oh, yes. Okay.
So that your jaws don't come closer together.
Yes.
If you're a little bit open, then maybe you
because mine are all indented. It's all indented in the bottom now.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that.
Let's do that.
All right. Good.
Yeah. I could. Yeah, definitely. That's something we should explore.
Okay. Let's explore.
And then you're not going to see effect right away. You're going to see effect
in 20 years from now when my teeth don't look like skeleton teeth.
I know. Just imagine, right?
When I can still feel
not having
confident
teeth.
with a smile.
Yeah.
And that's one thing you told me. You said, if theoretically, if you can find the reason why you're seeing more recession now, like just in the last year, I would say I see more. If we can figure that out and slow that down, you should have the same teeth in terms of level of recession now as you would 20 years from now.
Yeah. I mean, 20 years from now, you're hopefully going to look back and be like, hey, I haven't changed very much. My teeth have been preserved, right?
Yes.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
Right. Preserved from damage.
Yes.
There's preservation effects. There's, we all want preventative dentistry, preventative medicine. But there's also preservation.
Yeah.
And
that's huge.
Preservation takes a while to see the effects, right? It takes years. So some of these concepts we talk about with patients have to do with preservation.
I love that.
Yeah.
Prevention and preservation.
That's it. The two P's, right? So prevention is a topic. Preservation is another topic. Night guards are for preservation. Having a perfect bite or adjusting your bite to will allow preservation. There's other things that we can do for preservation, like habits. How do we toothpaste, non-abrasive toothpaste, not rinsing the toothpaste off. Some of the topics that we've discussed are probably in the category of preservation.
Yes. And the other thing that you brought to mind when I was here last time was actually it was a hygienist who said, think about not closing your teeth together during the day unless you're chewing food, keeping them apart. Something that I'd never thought of in my life before, but I'm thinking about it now.
Yeah, I mean, there's thousands of times a day where we are touching our teeth together, right?
Yes.
Every time we swallow, we usually touch our teeth together. I would challenge you to try to swallow without touching your teeth.
I'm trying it right now. I can't do it.
It's hard to do.
Yes.
So there's going to be a lot of times where your teeth are touching. You want to make sure that there's equal simultaneous pressure on all of them. If some of them hit more than others, most people don't know it,
Right.
Some people do. Some people are more sensitive than others. It's kind of like the princess and the pea, right?
Yeah, right. The princess and the pea. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And you do that with that paper that you put in between, and then you say, okay, bite down really fast, and then you see the color on the paper. Like, I don't feel any difference, but you see the difference, and then adjust for the difference.
Yeah, I mean, some people can feel that pee through all those mattresses, but other people can't tell, right? Most people can't tell. And so they're doing damage to that one particular tooth, right? Because it's hitting a little bit prematurely or a little bit harder. Or maybe when you do a certain motion, it's sliding.
Yes.
So it's spraining. Because teeth are just like having, 28 different antlers, different horns that are kind of sticking out of your skin, right?
Yes, right.
And so they're a complicated structure. They're way more complicated than hair or eyelashes. And so there's a ligament that's holding them into your jaw, to your jawbone, which is your skull, your upper and lower jaw.
And here's the thing about hair and eyelashes, that as we get older, we know we lose our hair everywhere, except for
our ears,
maybe ears, but we don't want to be losing our teeth. We don't want to be, because you can have a wig or go get some help, but teeth are expensive and necessary.
Right. Definitely.
Everyone in my family, my grandmother, my grandfather, my uncle, my grandparents have passed away, but they both had dentures. And I saw them, putting the dentures in the jar of whatever every night. And then my uncle has gone through, several set of teeth and having to get used to a new set of teeth. And that is the last thing that I ever want to do.
And I think you'll be fine. You're going to keep your teeth your whole life, for sure.
And I'll have you to thank. I'll have you to thank.
That'd
Dr.
be nice.
Perry.
I'd love that.
Yeah.
Maybe you can say nice things about me.
Yeah. At my memorial, when you come to my memorial service one day, you're
definitely.
like, I'm responsible for those great teeth.
Yep. Yeah. I've done that before.
Have you?
I'm very comfortable saying that.
Good.